Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
There's no other way to put it. I foresaw weaponized flu in the last 2 months. On air, scores of times saying, I believe that's the card they would play. Our limited staff's working so hard just covering the news, bringing the latest info. We don't have time to go back through all the shows and pull those clips out, but somebody should and post it up on YouTube. We'll play it here because people need to hear that. You know, I'm very careful about what I say, but we had just hundreds and hundreds of indicators of pre-hype movements, covert documents, secret documents we got about governments all over the world preparing for a impending pandemic. FEMA drills that were used as covers to get ready. FEMA people I talked to off the record saying they see something's coming. So something's coming. This is just amazing. Going back to medical Dr. Sherry Tenpenny, and we're also talking to Justin from Mexico City. We've called him there. He is there. And he was at a hospital there in Mexico City where they're saying they had 20 deaths from respiratory illness. I mean, did you ask the doctors why you know they have one flu death? I mean, were they doing blood tests? How did they know? But then were they being told to say the other 20 deaths were respiratory? This was obviously an unusual amount. You said they were freaked out. I believe you were the caller saying, no, it was another caller Sunday from Mexico City. He was at the hospital. People were vomiting in the halls, vomiting and collapsing in the bathrooms. I mean, what were you witnessing in your 3 days there while your wife was giving birth in the middle of this melee?
I saw that supposedly they have a quarantine, but they have the healthy pregnant women mixed in with all the other sick people. That's what they consider the quarantine. But just that visitors can't go in. But all the patients are mixed in together. And I even saw a guy vomiting blood. And that they're selling the masks, the respiratory masks, for up to 50 pesos when they're only worth 1 peso. The people are really panicking, even to the point where now people are stockpiling food.
Yeah, well, we've been telling folks to do that just as an insurance policy, but they don't listen. Because, you know, I mean, we told people a couple of years ago GM was going to go out of business because we saw their internal documents coming out and they laughed at us. I want to hold you over, sir. I want to keep picking your brain. But the best person to be able to brief you or debrief you is Dr. Sherry Tenpenny, medical doctor who was just in Mexico yesterday. Doctor, questions for the caller from Mexico City.
Well, I have more of a comment than a question, Alex. I mean, influenza by definition is a respiratory illness. So people that were vomiting and passing out, throwing up blood, if they're saying that this has something to do with this flu virus, then that means there's something drastically different about this virus. It's not a respiratory virus, or it was something else. And for the sake of hysteria, they're blaming it on the flu virus.
And so it could just be some horrible cold bug.
Well, it could be a completely different type of virus other than this H5N1 was the bird flu, and now this is H1N1. They're all influenza A viruses, and by definition, what those viruses do is cause a respiratory illness.
Yes, why are they calling it respiratory versus flu?
I'm sorry?
I mean, if flu is respiratory generally, then why are they saying, "Oh, this is a flu death, but these are respiratory"? I mean, did you ask the doctors?
That's my point.
Yeah, no.
No, I didn't ask the doctors. I talked to them quickly, you know, as my wife was giving birth. But they definitely seem nervous. They're all begging the administration to give them the vaccines. They supposedly have some sort of vaccine that they can give them now.
Yeah, that's the other issue I was going to bring up. I have confirmed that Calderon, and I want to stay there, caller, stay there, Justin. I want to come back to Dr. Tenpenny on the other side. We got calls Saturday that the Mexican president was on TV saying, we've got a vaccine, don't worry. I confirmed that. How would they have a vaccine for something that just became a big crisis Friday, Saturday? And we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen, with Dr. Sherry Tenpenny and our listener there in Mexico City.